Next topic is nitrogen cycle. Essential elements for plant growth are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. In these three elements, nitrogen is the most essential elements for plant growth, but plant absorbs nitrogen in the form of nitrate. And this nitrogen is present in atmosphere approximately 78%, and plant cannot absorb nitrogen in the form of nitrogen, absorbs in the form of nitrate. Then nitrogen converts into nitrate, and nitrate converts into nitrogen. This cyclic conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate and nitrate into nitrogen in presence of microorganism is nitrogen cycle or biological cycle. So nitrogen cycle can be defined as the cyclic conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate and nitrate into nitrogen in presence of microbes. Is called nitrogen cycle or biological cycle, and this nitrogen cycle completes in many steps, in which first step is ammonification, in which dead organic matters like detached leaves, small branches, and bark, collectively called dead organic matters. These dead organic matters convert into ammonium ion, and ammonium ions convert into nitrate. The conversion of dead organic matters into ammonium ion is ammonification. And the conversion of ammonium ions into nitrate is nitrification. So by the ammonification and nitrification, dead organic matters ultimately convert into nitrate and available to plants for growth. And next step is direct conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate is nitrogen fixation, means direct conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate is nitrogen fixation, and this nitrogen fixation completes in two steps. One is a biological nitrogen fixation, means direct conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate in absence of microorganism is a biological nitrogen fixation. It's a chemical step of nitrogen cycle. For example, in rainy season, in presence of thundering, atmospheric nitrogen reacts with atmospheric oxygen and forms nitrate, easily available to plants in sufficient amount. Hence, plant grow fast in rainy season due to the abundant presence of nitrate in atmosphere. This is the chemical step of nitrogen cycle, in which atmospheric nitrogen reacts with atmospheric oxygen in presence of thundering in rainy season. No microorganism involved in this step. And second is biological, means conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate in presence of microorganism is biological nitrogen fixation. This is the only one difference in between abiological and biological nitrogen fixation. If nitrogen fixation occurs in absence of microorganism, it called abiological, and if nitrogen fixation completes in presence of microorganism, it's called biological. In biological nitrogen fixation, if present microorganism develop symbiotic relation with plants, it's called symbiotic biological nitrogen fixation. And if present microorganism develop non-symbiotic or asymbiotic relation with plants, it's called non-symbiotic or asymbiotic biological nitrogen fixation. So what is symbiotic or asymbiotic? A beneficial relation in between two different species. It may be symbiosis or non-symbiosis. In both relations, both partners will be benefited, with only one difference. If relation is obligatory, then it's called symbiosis, and if relation is non-obligatory, is symbiosis. Symbiosis, simply defined, an obligatory and beneficial relation in between two different species is symbiosis. Means both partners cannot survive separately. In non-symbiosis, relation is non-obligatory and beneficial. in between two different species, means partners can survive separately. And the conversion of nitrate into nitrogen is denitrification. All these steps, except abiological nitrogen fixation, all these steps complete in presence of microorganism. So this is nitrogen cycle, in which atmospheric nitrogen converts into nitrate and nitrate converts into nitrogen in presence of microorganism, is nitrogen cycle, and this nitrogen cycle completes in following steps. Number 1, ammonification. Conversion of dead organic matters into ammonium ions. In presence of microorganisms, and microorganisms those present in the process of ammonification will be called ammonifying bacteria. Conversion of dead organic matters into ammonium ion in presence of ammonifying bacteria is ammonification. These ammonifying bacteria are Bacillus mycoides and Bacillus ramosus. Next step is nitrification. Conversion of ammonium ions into nitrate in presence of microorganisms. Microorganisms those are present in the process of nitrification will be called nitrifying bacteria. Conversion of ammonium ions into nitrate in presence of nitrifying bacteria is nitrification. These nitrifying bacteria are Nitromonas, Nitrobacter, Azotobacter, etc. Number 3, nitrogen fixation. Direct conversion of nitrogen into nitrate is nitrogen fixation. If nitrogen fixation completes in absence of microorganism, it's called abiological nitrogen fixation. Like in rainy season, in presence of thundering, atmospheric nitrogen reacts with atmospheric oxygen and form nitrate that is easily available to plants in sufficient amount. Hence, plant grow rapidly or fast in rainy season. If this nitrogen fixation completes in presence of microorganism, it's called biological nitrogen fixation. In presence of microorganism, if present microorganism develop symbiotic relation with plants, means obligatory and beneficial relation with plants, it's called symbiotic biological nitrogen fixation. Like Rhizobium species bacteria remain present in root nodules of leguminous plant. लेग्यूमिनस प्लांट मीन्स पल्सेस, इसलिए लेग्यूमिनस क्रॉप के बाद लेग्यूमिनस क्रॉप के लिए नाइट्रोजनस फर्टिलाइजर नहीं दिए जाते हैं, अगर आप एग्रीकल्चर के बारे में कुछ जानते हो तो, बिकॉज ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ राइजोबियम स्पीसीज बैक्टीरिया दैट converts atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate and provides to plant. Hence, nitrogenous fertilizers is not required for leguminous plants like pulses. And if present microorganism develop non-symbiotic relation with plants, means non-obligatory but beneficial relation with plants, it's called non-symbiotic biological nitrogen fixation. These microorganisms are bacteria, blue-green algae, also known as cyanobacteria or BGA, blue-green algae, and a plant of Pteridophyta group. Bacteria, those are involved in the process of non-symbiotic nitrogen fixation, are Direxia, Clavicella. Blue-green algae, those are present in non-symbiotic state, Nostoc, Anabina, Eleucera, and the pteridophyte plant is Azolla. The plants of pteridophyte group generally called fern. and fern those grow in abundance of water are called aquatic fern. तो एजोला इज ए aquatic fern. Microorganisms those are present in biological nitrogen fixation are collectively called biofertilizers. Means microorganisms those convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate are collectively called biofertilizers. And azolla, that is a aquatic fern, belong to group Pteridophyta, used as biofertilizer with paddy crop. And last step is denitrification. Means conversion of nitrate into nitrogen in presence of microorganisms. Microorganisms those are present in this step denitrification will be called denitrifying bacteria. So conversion of nitrate into nitrogen in presence of denitrifying bacteria is denitrificance. These denitrifying bacteria are Bacillus denitrificans and Thiobacillus denitrificans. So this is the nitrogen cycle in which atmospheric nitrogen converts into nitrate and nitrate converts into nitrogen in presence of microorganisms is nitrogen cycle. प्लांट्स को भी इजीली अवेलेबल होती रहती है और एटमॉस्फेयर में भी 78% पर मेंटेन रहती है. नेक्स्ट, fertilizers defined as substances those increase crop production and soil fertility. Are fertilizers. So fertilizers can be defined as substances those increase crop production and soil fertility are fertilizers, categorized into three groups. One is organic fertilizers, second inorganic fertilizers, and third biofertilizers. Organic fertilizers. fertilizers obtained from living organism after biological process. So fertilizers, those are obtained from microorganisms after biological process, will be called organic fertilizers, categorized into three groups: green manure. So green manure obtained from green plants. Plants used in green manure are sunflower, बरसीम, मूंग, etc. Second, composited manure. देसी खाद obtained from dung of domestic animals. And third, vermicompost. Obtained from earthworm. Green manure, composited manure, and vermicompost, collectively called organic fertilizers, obtained from living organisms after biological process. But the nutrients in these organic fertilizers are in less quantity, means these are low nutritive fertilizers. Second, inorganic fertilizers. Obtained by chemical process. In laboratories, and highly nutritive fertilizers like urea, DAP, diammonium phosphate, MAP, mono ammonium phosphate, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Superphosphate, zinc. All these are inorganic fertilizers obtained by the process of chemical in laboratories and highly nutritive fertilizers. By the excess use of these inorganic fertilizers, soil fertility decreased, environment become polluted, and human health also affected. Third, biofertilizers. Microorganism those convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate and provide to plant. Are biofertilizers. Microorganisms, those are involved in the process of asymbiotic nitrogen fixation, biological nitrogen fixation. All these microorganisms collectively called biofertilizers, and the example can be used here: bacteria, blue-green algae, rhizobium species bacteria, and Azolla pteridophyte. All these are biofertilizers. In present time, in the green revolution second, in the field of agriculture, the use of organic fertilizers and biofertilizers are on priority, and the crop in which inorganic fertilizers do not used, chemical insecticide do not used, are organic crop. Organic crop means a crop in which organic fertilizers used, herbal insecticide used, and no chemical insecticide can be used, and inorganic fertilizers not used. And this organic crop is healthy for environment, human, and soil. And Sikkim become the first state of the world in which all crops are growing by the process of organic. The organic crop are used in सिक्किम. एक नया कॉन्सेप्ट यहां से शुरू हुआ, सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर डेवलपमेंट. मीन्स डेवलपमेंट इन ऑल डायरेक्शंस. In the field of agriculture. All four factors crop production, soil fertility, environment, and human health should be benefited. एग्रीकल्चर की फील्ड में जो चार फैक्टर इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, दीज फोर फैक्टर्स आर क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन, सॉइल फर्टिलिटी, environment and human health should be benefited with the conservation of natural resources for future. So this is the basic concept of sustainable development. Conservation of natural resources and all factors should be benefited. In the field of agriculture, these factors are four. One is crop production, soil fertility, environment and human health should be benefited with the conservation of natural resources for future. यानी हम soil का conservation भी करते चलें, water का conservation भी करते चलें, forest का conservation भी करते चलें, air का conservation भी करते चलें. This is the conservation of natural resources for future, means for next generation. ठीक, ये हो गया. This is the next topic is skeletal system. That is the strongest system of the body, made up of mainly calcium and phosphorus element. Both elements present in the form of a compound, that is calcium phosphate. Approximately 99% of total calcium of the body is present in bones, and approximately 85% of total phosphorus of the body present in bones. Due to the excess of calcium, bones are strong, hard and white in color. These three characters develop in bones due to the excess amount of calcium. These characters are strongness, hardness and whiteness. The main function of bones are functions of skeletal system means this skeletal system provides mechanical support and shape to the body. ये बॉडी को मैकेनिकल सपोर्ट भी प्रोवाइड करता है, बॉडी को शेप भी प्रोवाइड करता है. इट हेल्प्स इन hearing. There are three bone ossicles in middle ear. One is malleus, second is incus and third is stapes. These three bone ossicles help in hearing by transfer of vibration from tympanic membrane to cochlea, that's present in internal ear. Another function of skeletal system is it helps in respiration. The process of respiration categorized into 4 steps. First step is external respiration, third step is exchange and transportation of gases, third step is internal respiration, and fourth step is cellular respiration. First step, that is the external respiration, is regulated by ribs. The ribs and the ribs के अप एंड डाउन होने से थोरेसिक कैविटी का वॉल्यूम चेंज होता है. बाय द चेंज इन वॉल्यूम ऑफ थोरेसिक कैविटी, atmospheric air comes into lungs and lungs air goes out into atmosphere. This is the external respiration controlled by the up and down of ribs. And ribs is the part of skeletal system. Next is blood production. RBC produced in red bone marrow, WBC produced in white bone marrow, blood platelets produced in red and white both bone marrow. Hence, blood corpuscles produced in bone marrow, and bone marrow is a part of bones. Next is it protects important organs of the body like brain, protected by skull. Skull is a part of skeletal system. Spinal cord, protected by vertebrae. Heart, lungs and liver, protected by ribs. All important organs of the body protected by skeletal system, because skeletal system is the strongest system of the body. जो हमारी बॉडी का सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट सिस्टम होता है, उसी को हमारी बॉडी को प्रोटेक्ट करने का जिम्मा दिया जाता है, और यह है स्केलेटल सिस्टम. ब्रेन प्रोटेक्टेड बाय स्कल, दिस इज द स्कल. स्पाइनल कॉर्ड इज प्रोटेक्टेड बाय वर्टिब्रल कॉलम. हार्ट, लंग्स एंड liver, all these internal organs protected by ribs. कभी आपने ध्यान दिया होगा, जब किसी से लड़ाई हो जाती है तो धमकी यही मिलती है, या आप धमकी देते हैं कि तेरी हड्डी तोड़ देंगे, तेरी पसली तोड़ देंगे, तेरी खोपड़ी तोड़ देंगे. यानी जितनों को भी तोड़ने की बात की जाती है, ऑल आर द पार्ट ऑफ स्केलेटल सिस्टम. कभी कोई धमकी नहीं देता कि तेरा डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम तोड़ देंगे, कि तेरा नर्वस सिस्टम तोड़ देंगे, क्योंकि सामने वाला जानता है कमजोर को तोड़ने से कोई लाभ नहीं है, मजबूत को तोड़ दीजिए, कमजोर खुद ब खुद टूटता है, और मजबूत है स्केलेटल सिस्टम, इसलिए इसी को तोड़िए. तो दीज आर द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ स्केलेटल सिस्टम. बॉडी को फ्लेक्सिबल बनाने के लिए स्केलेटल सिस्टम छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स में डिवाइड होता है. एवरी पार्ट इज कॉल्ड बोन. इन चाइल्ड, इन न्यूली बोर्न बेबी, total number of bones approximately 300 plus minus 3. Means from 297 to 303. These are the number of bones in newly born baby. In adult, total number of bones 206. ये एग्जैक्ट नंबर है 206. ये नंबर न्यूली बॉर्न बेबी में वेरी करता रहता है, इसको ध्यान रखिएगा. थोड़ा बहुत हर बुक में आपको वेरी करेगा. एग्जैक्ट नंबर किसी बुक में नहीं दिया हुआ. रिसेंटली इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन ने 297 दिस वन को सही माना है, लेकिन यहां पर भी इसने अप्रोक्सीमेटली टर्म यूज किया है. रिसेंटली इंडियन मेडिकल एसोसिएशन recognized the 297 bones in newly born baby, but it's approximate number, not exact number. 206, this is the exact number of bones in adult. इन्हीं को अगर हम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन देखें तो 206 बोन्स के डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन को हम बॉडी है उसी तरह से देखें जैसे मिलती हैं. तो इन स्कल टोटल नंबर ऑफ बोन्स 29. इन वर्टिब्रल कॉलम 26. ribs 24. स्टर्नम, ये दिस वन बोन, ये वाली, ये यहां पर एक प्लेट लाइक बोन है, दिस इज कॉल्ड स्टर्नम. और ब्रेस्ट बोन इज ओनली वन. In hand 30, in both hand 60, in leg 1 in 30 and both 60. पेक्टोरल गर्डिल में 4 एंड इन पेल्विक गर्डिल 2 bones. "29, 26, 24, 1, 60, 64 and 2. Total number 29 plus 26 plus 24 plus 1 plus 60 plus 60 plus 4 plus 2. काउंट कीजिए 30, the 80 and 120, 200 plus 206 टोटल. अब इन्हीं के क्लासिफिकेशन को हम और फर्दर देखें तो इन स्कल there are 29 bones in skull. Here, this is the skull. Total part of the body skeletal system is skull. इसी का ऊपर वाला part in which brain is enclosed called cranium. Total number of bones in cranium is 8. ये दिस इज फेस. bones in face is facial bones. Total number of bones in face 14. Ear bones called ear ossicles total 6. And one bone is in this part. This is called hyoid, U-shaped bone, and only one bone of the skeletal system that remains in free state, means do not attached with any other bones. हमारी बॉडी में जितनी भी बोन्स होती हैं ये किसी दूसरी बोन से अटैच होती हैं, लेकिन हायोड अटैच नहीं होती है, यू शेप्ड होती है. तो देयर आर 29 बोन्स, 8 इन क्रेनियम रीजन, 14 इन फेशियल बोन्स, 6 इन ईयर्स एंड 1 इज इन हायोड. वर्टिब्रल कॉलम, दिस वन इज वर्टिब्रल कॉलम, जिसको हम जनरली बैक बोन कह देते हैं. वर्टिब्रल बोन और बैकबोन. Every bone in vertebral column is called vertebra. And vertebra is a singular word and vertebrae is a plural word. There are 26 vertebrae in vertebral column, and this vertebral column categorized in 5 regions. One is cervical region, second is thoracic region, third is lumbar region, fourth is sacral region, and fifth is caudal region. In cervical region, this is the neck region, this one, this is cervical region. Total vertebrae in cervical region 7. Thoracic region, this is back region. Total vertebrae 12. Lumbar region, this one, total vertebrae 5. Sacral region, this one, total vertebrae 5. And caudal region is last wala, tail region, total 4 vertebrae. 7 in cervical region, 12 in thoracic region, 5 in lumbar region, 5 in sacral region, and 4 in caudal region. Total 33 vertebrae in child. जैसे जैसे बच्चा बड़ा होता है वैसे वैसे सैक्रल रीजन की 5 वर्टिब्री आपस में ज्वाइन करके 1 और कॉर्डल रीजन की 4 वर्टिब्री आपस में ज्वाइन होकर के 1 बनाती है. अब काउंट कीजिए 7 + 12 + 5 + 1 + 1, टोटल 26 in adult. 4 vertebrae of caudal region fuse and form a structure called coccus, and this coccus is now vestigial organ in human. अगर चाइल्ड में पूछा जाए तो 33, एडल्ट में 26। एंड नाउ रिब्स are 24 in numbers in 12 pairs. These 12 pair ribs categorized into two groups. One is true ribs and second is false or pseudo ribs. किस बेस पर? 12 पेयर्स ऑफ रिब्स का जो फर्स्ट एंड है, दिस फर्स्ट एंड अटैच्ड विद 12 vertebrae of thoracic region. The first end of 12 pairs of ribs attached with vertebrae of thoracic region, but second end attached at which part of skeletal system? On the basis of this, ribs categorized into two groups. One is true ribs. The second end attached with sternum. Ribs, those have second end attached with sternum will be called true ribs. जिनका सेकंड एंड स्टर्नम से अटैच होगा, ये दिस बोन, वो ट्रू रिब्स कहलाएंगे। अगर हम यहां एक डायग्राम बना करके देख लें, दिस इज स्टर्नम, seven pairs of ribs attached with sternum, hence these are called true ribs. This is true ribs. False ribs, जिनका सेकंड एंड स्टर्नम से अटैच नहीं होता, second end do not attached with sternum. सीधा सा कॉन्सेप्ट है, जिनका सेकंड एंड स्टर्नम से अटैच हो वो ट्रू रिब्स, स्टर्नम से अटैच ना हो वो फॉल्स रिब्स। अब जिनका सेकंड एंड स्टर्नम से अटैच नहीं है तो किससे अटैच है? ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दिस, false ribs categorized into two groups. One is vertebrochondral ribs. Second end of false ribs attached with seventh pair of true ribs. सेवेंथ पेयर ट्रू रिब्स से अटैच होता है, यानी कुछ इस तरह से। फर्स्ट पेयर, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, सिक्स्थ एंड दिस इज सेवेंथ पेयर, इससे अटैच है दिस वन. These three pairs are vertebrochondral ribs. And second, floating ribs. इनका सेकंड एंड फ्री रहता है. रिमेन फ्री. इनको हाफ रिब्स भी कहा जाता है, कुछ इस तरह से. This one. Floating ribs. Total number of two ribs are 7 pairs. First 7 pairs. First from above. 3 pairs are vertebrochondral ribs and 2 pairs are floating ribs. Total 5 pairs are false ribs. True ribs total 14, false ribs total 10. 6 vertebrochondral ribs and 4 floating ribs. This is sternum. Next is, this is upper arm. Total number of bones in upper arm 30. One is from shoulder to elbow is only one bone, that is called humerus. Only one. From elbow to wrist there are two bones. One is radius and second is ulna, collectively called radio-ulna. 2. This is wrist, the wrist bones called carpals or wrist bone. Total number of bones in wrist region 5. And this is metacarpals or palm bones. Total number of bones in palm region 8. इसके बाद फिंगर्स और थंब में मिलने वाली बोन्स को फैलेंजिस कहा जाता है. फिंगर है 4, इसमें 3 बोन 1, 2 एंड 3. थंब ओनली 1 have two bones. One is this and second is this. So total 14. 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 14. Total 30. In a arm and in both, total 60. Next is lower arm or leg. थर्टी इन ए लेग. इसको भी अगर हम देखें तो फ्रॉम pelvic region to knee, this is only one bone called femur or thigh bone. That is the longest and strongest bone of the body. Thigh bone is only one. ये एक नी पर कैप लाइक बोन है. दिस इज कॉल्ड patella, commonly called kneecap, is one. इसके बाद knee to ankle there are two bones. One is tibia and second is fibula, collectively called tibiofibula. 2. In ankle region, bones called tarsals or ankle bones. Total 5. After that, metatarsals or sole bones. Total 7. फिंगर और टो में मिलने वाले बोन्स को यहां भी फेलेंजिस कहा जाता है. टोटल 14. तो 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 14, total 30 bones in a leg. In both, total 60. Pectoral girdle, ये दिस वन, ये वाली बोन, शोल्डर रीजन में मिलने वाली बोन्स. स्कैपुला और शोल्डर बोन. दिस वन, ये फ्लैट बोन. One is in right side and second is in left side. One bone is called scapula or shoulder bone. One is in left side and second is right side. Total 2. इसके बाद ये एक बोन आती है, ये नेक रीजन के राइट और लेफ्ट से आकर के सामने आकर के जुड़ जाती है. दिस इज क्लेविकल और कॉमनली कॉल्ड collar bone, also known as beauty bone. One is in right side and second is in left side. Total 2. 2 clavicles and 2 scapula are in pectoral girdle. In pelvic girdle, this one, ये hip region bone. Pelvic girdle. There are two bones. One is ilium and second is pubis. Two bones in pelvic region, 4 bones in pectoral region, 30 bones in hand region, 26 in vertebral column, 29 in skull, 1 is scapula, 30 bones in leg region. Total 206 bones. टिश्यू को हमने डिफाइन किया था एन ऑर्गेनाइज ग्रुप ऑफ सेल्स कॉल्ड टिश्यू, एंड टिश्यू दोज कनेक्ट another टिश्यू और organ called connective tissue, and these connective tissue are of two types. One is in liquid form and second is fiber form. Liquid form connective tissue like blood and lymph. Fibrous connective tissue स्किन में, जैसे कोलेजन्स, ये प्रोटीन के बने होते हैं, वो स्केलेटल सिस्टम से रिलेटेड, जैसे कि लिगामेंट एंड टेंडोन्स. तो फाइब्रस कनेक्टिव टिश्यू रिलेटेड विद स्केलेटल सिस्टम. वन इज ligament. Ligaments are fibrous connective tissue, those connect bone to bone. And stop the excess movement of bones at the joint. इन्हीं में एक्सेस पुलिंग हो जाती है, इसी से पेन होता है, स्वेलिंग हो जाती है, इसी को हम स्प्रेन कहते हैं. तो स्प्रेन इज नथिंग, इट्स एक्सेस पुलिंग इन लिगामेंट्स ड्यू टू द एक्सेस मूवमेंट ड्यू टू एनी रीजन. सेकेंड, टेंडोन्स. टेंडोन्स कनेक्ट मसल टू बोन. मसल को बोन से कनेक्ट करने वाले फाइब्रस कनेक्टिव टिश्यू टेंडोन्स, और बोन को बोन से कनेक्ट करने वाले फाइब्रस कनेक्टिव टिश्यू लिगामेंट्स कहलाते हैं. क्लियर? This is the skeletal system. And now next system is nervous system. Nervous system is also called master system of the body because it communicates all informations with high speed. Nervous system communicates information in body with high speed, hence also called high speed communication system. And another function of nervous system is it controls all organs and systems of the body. hence called master system of the body. हमारी बॉडी में जितनी भी इंफॉर्मेशन का कम्युनिकेशन होता है, ऑल कम्युनिकेशन ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट, all informations in the body communicate in the form of electric current. Hence we can say our body is a small powerhouse in which all information communicating in the form of electric current. नर्वस सिस्टम का काम ही होता है कि उसको स्टिमुलेंट चाहे जिस भी फॉर्म में मिले उसको अल्टीमेटली इलेक्ट्रिक करंट में कन्वर्ट करके ट्रांसमिट कर देना. तो नर्वस सिस्टम इज द ओनली वन सिस्टम इन ह्यूमन बॉडी दैट कम्युनिकेट्स इंफॉर्मेशन विद हाई स्पीड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. ऑल स्टिमुलेंट्स कन्वर्ट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक करंट. This nervous system categorized into two parts. One is central nervous system or CNS, in which brain, and स्पाइनल कॉर्ड शामिल है. सेकेंड इज पेरीफेरल नर्वस सिस्टम, और PNS. It includes cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cranial nerves are 12 pairs in numbers. Those communicate all information in between cells of head region and brain. हेड रीजन में मिलने वाले जितने भी लिविंग सेल्स हैं उनके बीच में और ब्रेन के बीच में कम्युनिकेशन इस्टेब्लिश करने का काम क्रेनियल नर्व्स करती हैं. जबकि हेड रीजन को छोड़कर के बॉडी की जितनी भी लिविंग सेल्स हैं उनके बीच में कम्युनिकेशन इस्टेब्लिश करने का काम ये स्पाइनल नर्व्स करती हैं. दीज आर 31 पेयर्स. Spinal nerves communicate information in all living cells of the body except head region, while cranial nerves communicate information in head region cells. Central nervous system and peripheral nervous system collectively called nervous system. इसको अगर हम यहाँ एक डायग्राम बना करके देखें, दिस इज ब्रेन. ब्रेन से निकलने वाली जितनी भी न्यूरॉन्स होती हैं, ऑल न्यूरॉन्स कलेक्टिवली कॉल्ड स्पाइनल नर्व्स, एंड दीज स्पाइनल नर्व्स प्रोटेक्टेड बाय वर्टिब्री. and so on. This is brain and this is spinal cord. Brain and spinal cord collectively called central nervous system. ब्रेन से निकलने वाली ये जो नर्व्स हैं जो हेड रीजन की लिविंग सेल्स के बीच में कम्युनिकेशन इस्टेब्लिश करती हैं, दीज आर क्रेनियल नर्व्स. एंड स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से निकलने वाली नर्व्स जो हेड रीजन को छोड़ करके बॉडी की जितनी भी लिविंग सेल्स होती हैं उनके बीच में कम्युनिकेशन इस्टेब्लिश करती हैं, स्पाइनल नर्व्स कहलाती हैं. क्रेनियल नर्व्स एंड स्पाइनल नर्व्स कलेक्टिवली कॉल्ड पेरिफेरल नर्वस सिस्टम. Central nervous system and peripheral nervous system collectively called nervous system that communicates all information in between living cells of the body with high speed, hence called high speed communication system, and regulates all organs and systems of the body, hence called master system of the body. Weight of brain. In newly born baby, its weight approximately 260 to 350 gram. In adult, फीमेल और मेल में अलग अलग होता है वेट. In male, it's approximately 1250 gram, and in male, it's approximately 1375 gram. फीमेल में मेल के कंपेरेटिवली ऑर्गन का वेट कम होता है तो ब्रेन का वेट भी कम होता है, हाइट भी एवरेज कम होती है. मेन पार्ट ऑफ ब्रेन one is cerebrum. This part of brain is the cerebrum. It's the largest part of the brain. Also known as center of intelligence. It regulates intelligence, reading, writing, thinking, analysis, dreaming, imagination, all these activity regulated by cerebrum. Another main part of the brain is hypothalamus. It regulates body temperature, hence called thermoregulatory system of the body. It regulates thirst, hunger, and pituitary gland. Hence called master of pituitary gland, center of hunger, center of thirst. All these names are hypothalamus. Another main part is cerebellum. Cerebellum is in hindbrain. Cerebrum is in forebrain. सेरिबेलम में एक छोटा सा पार्ट होता है दैट इज कॉल्ड मेडुला oblongata that regulates vomiting, means reverse peristaltic movement, and breathing, hence called center of respiration. Medulla oblongata is also known as center of respiration because it controls external respiration, that is a part of aerobic respiration. Medical apparatus used in medical apparatus related with nervous system. EEG, electroencephalogram, जैसे हार्ट का ECG होता है, आई का ERG होता है, मसल का EMG होता है, उसी तरह से ब्रेन का EEG होता है. All these are electrodiagram. ECG, electrocardiogram, that diagnose the activity of heart. ERG, electroretinogram, that diagnose the activity of retina. Electromyogram, EMG, it shows the activity of muscles. EEG, it's a electrodiagram of brain, means electrodiagram of brain's activity. ध्यान रखना। नेक्स्ट इज CAT, कंप्यूटराइज्ड एक्सियल टोमोग्राफी। It's an X-rays of central nervous system, means ब्रेन और स्पाइनल कॉर्ड का। तो सीटी स्कैन, जनरली सीटी स्कैन भी कह देते हैं इसको। CT scan is a X-rays of central nervous system from different angles. Next is MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. Former name is nuclear magnetic resonance, NMR, लेकिन अब इसको रिप्लेस कर दिया गया। कभी ये ब्रेन का होता था, फिर स्पाइनल कॉर्ड का होता है, अब बॉडी के हर इंटरनल ऑर्गन का MRI होता है। क्या है ये? इट्स ए device to use in medical science to detect the function and structure of internal organs of the body with the help of uniform magnetic field. To detect the structure and function of internal organs with the help of uniform magnetic field. अब ध्यान दीजिएगा, EEG में इलेक्ट्रिक करंट का यूज होता है, CT स्कैन में एक्सरेज का यूज होता है, MRI में यूनिफॉर्म मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का यूज होता है। EEG इट्स ओनली brain, CT scan brain and spinal cord both, MRI related with all internal organs of the body। MRI में यूनिफॉर्म मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, CT स्कैन में एक्सरेज और EEG में इलेक्ट्रोडायग्राम का यूज होता है। ये हो गया आपका नर्वस सिस्टम।